Do you miss fighting at all?
Every day of my life.
Really?
Every day of my life, yeah.
That was an answer. Yeah. What do you miss then?
I actually miss getting hit.
Come on.
Yeah. I miss getting hit because that feeling of retaliation, that buildup of I'm gonna kick your behind. I haven't felt that ever since I retired.
So you got to be hit in order to feel that?
Yeah, you got to be hit to retaliate, to hit somebody back, to build that anger, and I miss that.
You miss that?
Yeah, I miss it every single day of my life.
Would you like one of us to hit you in the face
No,
right now?
no.
Okay. I mean,
No.
I don't know how badly you miss it.
Please don't.
No. I don't really hit people, but I mean, I would, I'm always here to help my guests.
I probably wouldn't do anything. I mean, look, believe it or not, I've never been in a street fight at all. Zero. Outside of the ring.
Okay.
I always refuse to fight for free, so.
People don't mess with you, do they?
All the time.
Like what? Give me an example.
Yeah, that's it. You're the champ. I mean, guys that are like 6'5", 260.
Tough guys.
Yeah.
Just trying to throw down or anything like that.
Exactly.
No
but
kidding.
I tend to talk my way out of it.
It's interesting.
I'm a good talker.
It's interesting. Oscar De La Hoya. No, you are, and you're obviously a great promoter too, as well as an all-time GOAT champion. It's funny. I had Tyson on this show a couple of years ago, and we used to have a commercial break, a quick 60-second commercial break in the middle of the hour, and I would do an interview to start it, and then take a break and finish it. And that break came in very handy when I asked Mike Tyson how many rounds he could give me now. And he looks at me, he goes, I don't want to answer that question because when I think of boxing, I go to a dark place. And thankfully, I'm like, okay, well, let's take a break.
Let's change the subject.
We'll come back and we'll talk some more.
Yeah,
so there's no dark place for you.
No, there's no dark. There's a happy place, actually. For some reason, when I got in the ring, I actually, it would make me happy. It really would. It was my escape, of getting hitting somebody. It was my place to where I felt, me for once.
No kidding.
Where I felt real. Where I felt as if I belonged.
You don't feel that way outside of the ring? Not to get too deep into your psychology.
Yeah, I'm not going to get deep into it,
right,
but it takes some some strength to build up that inner feeling I had inside the ring. So.
Is that why you're in promotions right now?
Yeah.
Is that why you got into it?
Well, it's keeping me I guess, involved in the game. Mm-hmm. When I sit down ringside and watch these fights, I'm constantly telling myself, oh, I can take these guys on. I can, I can do this, and I should have knocked them out. And so it keeps me in the game,
Sure, because I sit and watch. I'm fortunate to do what I do for a living, and I sit and watch football games with Hall of Famers like Irvin and Warner.
Right.
I did it for years with Marshall Faulk, and they're the same way. They'll look at it and go, come on, you got to make that throw. And they talk about this with some Pro Bowlers. Yeah. Like some all-time greats, like, how do you not see this? Come on. This guy's, I could do a little bit better right now. So with the salaries that these guys are getting paid right now, too.
Yeah, right. Right. It's the game has changed. Mm-hmm. Amazingly, it's changed. It's
How has it changed in your mind?
Well, I remember when I used to fight, my fights were exciting, where I would throw like a 10-punch combination. Like, you don't see that anymore,
Why do you think?
You mentioned it. It's the money. It's there's too much money involved. Therefore, fighters don't want to take the risk. You know what I'm saying? It's smart, but come on, give us some entertainment. I want to see a knockdown. I want to see somebody knocked out.
So you would go into the ring, Oscar De La Hoya here on the Rich Eisen Show, thinking, I've got to give these people their money's worth tonight.
Yeah, it was the fight first, and then I understood that the money will follow, or the business would follow.
Sure.
But today it's like, okay, let me do the most business and maybe give them a good fight if it happens.
So you said you were happiest when you were retaliating in the ring. Who were you happiest to retaliate against the most, Oscar De La Hoya?
I would have to say, gee, that's a tough one. I fought this kid who was local, named Fernando Vargas.
Okay.
He was from Oxnard, I believe, and he was talking so much smack, you know. He was talking so much smack, and this guy genuinely like just didn't like me for some strange reason. So it was kind of like the villain and the good guy,
Right.
But he was talking so much, and I remember, man, I can't wait to get my hands on him. I cannot wait to get my hand. And he actually almost knocked me out in the first round. He had me through the ropes, and I was holding on for dear life. And for some reason, I survived it, and I ended up knocking him out in the 11th. So, but you can imagine in between, the fight was just brutal. It was a pretty cool fight.
No kidding.
Yeah.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.